So if you clicked on this video, you want to land a KO punch in your next Muay Thai fight. Am I right? Well, lucky for you, I'm going to show you exactly how. The first thing you want to do is not look for the knockout. Trust me, I've been there, I've learned from experience, and I've had fights where I go for the knockout and I wing my right hand recklessly and I end up gassing myself out and my opponent just picks me apart. When I have knocked out my opponents with some solid boxing combinations, it's been because I want to diversify my strikes and I'm just trying to beat my opponent up, not necessarily try to knock them out. Speaking of diversifying your strikes, that's tip number 2. You want to make sure you're mixing up the levels of attack. You're attacking the body, you're attacking the head, you're mixing up all 8 limbs. Sometimes you're throwing kicks from the outside, you're mixing in teeps, you're mixing in the clinch. So this way, when you start to throw your boxing combinations, it's going to be less likely that your opponent's actually going to see it coming. And you know what? It's not the most powerful punches that knock your opponent out, it's the punches that your opponent doesn't see. And that leads straight into tip number 3, which is don't load up and telegraph your strikes. Now this obviously means don't load up your punches, but it also means don't load up any of your 8 limbs. You want to make sure that everything is staying tight and crisp, so this way you're not opening yourself up for counters and getting knocked out yourself. Keep everything nice and tight down the middle, good defense, because that's going to play a huge role in actually being able to land some strikes and knock out your opponent. And that goes seamlessly into tip number 4, which is have a strong, tight defense. Because guess what? If you don't have a good defense, you're the one that's going to get knocked out, and let me guess, that's not what you want. When you have a really solid defense, not only are you going to avoid getting knocked out, but you're going to frustrate your opponent and cause him to have some openings where you can counter and actually land that KO strike. And the next tip is punches and bunches, baby. Single strikes rarely knock your opponent out, but it's usually the 3rd, 4th, or 5th strike in a combination that's going to do the trick. Now obviously there's exceptions to the rule. Sometimes you'll be able to land that one solid KO strike, but more oftentimes than not, it's going to be a boxing combination or a Muay Thai combination, and the last strike is going to be the one that puts them away. Now you know how to land that KO punch, but what about some KO kicks? Specifically, some KO leg kicks. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this next video. I'm going to show you exactly how I've ended some of my fights with leg kicks, and I'm going to show you the exact techniques and strategies so you can do the exact same thing. So check out this video. Make sure you just like and subscribe real quick, and I'll see you there.